Hide and Peep. Brendam Docks is a busy, bustling place. There are platforms, tracks and sidings. And lots of big warehouses. Everyone enjoys working at Brendam Docks. One day, Thomas, Percy and Cranky were all waiting for an important cargo ship to arrive. Cranky could see that the ship was far away on the horizon.
The ship will be late,
he told Thomas and Percy. Thomas had an idea. Let's play a game while we wait, he puffed cheerfully.
What shall we play?
Peeped Percy excitedly. Hide and peep, tooted Thomas. It was his favourite game. You go and hide, Percy, and when I find you, I will peep loudly.
You'll never find me, puffed Percy. I'm the best hider ever.
Well, I'm the best finder, boasted Thomas. Cranky looked down at the little tank engines.
Can I play?
He asked. You're much too tall to hide, Thomas laughed. Cranky felt left out, so Percy puffed away to hide. Soon, Thomas steamed off to find his friend. Thomas puffed past platforms, steamed by sidings, and wheeshed alongside warehouses. But Percy was very good at hiding. Thomas couldn't find him anywhere. Thomas puffed into a large warehouse. He thought Percy might be hiding there. When he got inside, he couldn't see him. Suddenly, an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. He decided he would play a trick. Thomas pretended he knew where Percy was hiding, even though he didn't.
Found you,
peeped Thomas loudly. Then he looked all around to see where Percy was hiding. Percy puffed out of his hiding place. Percy could see that Thomas hadn't really found him at all. Percy whistled loudly. Thomas was surprised.
You tricked me,
Percy puffed crossly.
You didn't know where I was at all.
Thomas felt silly. I'm sorry, he wished.
I lied again,
huffed Percy.
But no more tricks.
And he chuffed quickly away. Thomas waited. Then he steamed off to look for Percy again. But Percy was very good at hiding, and Thomas couldn't find him anywhere. Bother, huffed Thomas. Suddenly another idea flew into Thomas's funnel. I'll pretend that the Fat Controller has arrived. Percy, tooted Thomas loudly. The Fat Controller's here. But the Fat Controller wasn't really there at all. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Percy had been hiding at the top of the coal hopper. Thomas was surprised.
Bust my boiler,
puffed Percy.
Where is he, Thomas?
But Percy couldn't see the Fat Controller anywhere. Found you, peeped Thomas cheekily. Percy saw that Thomas had tricked him again.
That's not fair,
he wished. I'm sorry, Thomas chuffed. Hide again. This time I won't trick you. So Percy puffed away to hide again. Thomas waited. Then he started to look for his friend. Thomas still couldn't find him, but he did find the dock manager. The dock manager was also looking for Percy and for Thomas. The ship is docked and Cranky is unloading the cargo. You must come and collect your deliveries, he told Thomas. Thomas peeped loudly for Percy. Percy, the ship has docked, he tooted. Percy heard Thomas, but he thought it was another trick, so Percy decided to stay hidden. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. Percy thinks I'm playing another trick. Percy would be in trouble if he didn't collect his cargo trucks. If only I hadn't tricked Percy before, tooted Thomas. He raced over to Cranky.
Where's Percy?
cranked Cranky crankily. Percy is still hiding. I'm not a very good finder after all, Thomas wheezed sadly.
And I'm too tall to be a good hider,
Creaked Cranky. Thomas remembered that Cranky was so tall he had seen the cargo ship far out at sea. But you'd be a very good finder, tooted Thomas. Thomas asked Cranky to see if he could find where Percy was hiding. Or Percy will get into trouble, puffed Thomas. Cranky didn't want the little engines to get into trouble. Cranky looked easily over warehouses, across platforms, and down onto sidings. And there he saw Percy.
I found him,
cranked Cranky proudly. Thomas raced over to Rocky. Found you, Percy, he peeped loudly.
Rattle my rods,
puffed Percy. He was very surprised.
You were the best finder after all.
No, I'm not, Thomas puffed sadly. I had to ask Cranky to find you. He's so tall he could see where you were hiding.
You tricked me again,
huffed Percy. Before Percy could get cross, Thomas told him about the waiting cargo trucks. It's time for our deliveries, Thomas whistled. We must hurry. Together, Percy and Thomas steamed back to their cargo trucks. Percy was happy his friend had found him. Soon they were ready to leave. Thank you, Cranky, Thomas chuffed loudly. You are the best finder. Cranky was very pleased. And Percy, Thomas puffed to his friend, you are the best hider ever. And the two friends steamed happily away.
旅に出よう遠いところへ世界中を巡ろうすごい冒険が待っているたくさんの発見が待っているトーマスたちの旅は続く